My dear friends, on this 28th Sunday in Ordinary Time, you see, we speak of gratitude that heals. Today's gospel brings us face to face with a scenario that is both familiar and unsettling. 10 lepers crying out to Jesus for mercy. All 10 of them were healed, but only one returns to give thanks, and he is a Samaritan. It is tempting to focus on the 9 who did not come back, but let's begin with the one who did. Sometimes the negative takes our focus and we forget the one thing that is positive that brings healing to us. He didn't just receive healing when he did come back to give thanks. He received wholeness. He received total transformation, restoration back to the glory of God in whom he is made. So Jesus said to him, your faith has saved you. Not just cured you, but saved you. Dear friends, gratitude is not just good manners. It is transformative. The power of gratitude. Naaman in our first reading is healed of leprosy after obeying Elisha's instruction to bathe in the Jordan, even though reluctant, but he did. But what truly marks his transformation is his response. He returns to Elijah not just clean, but changed. He declares, now I know that there is no God in all the earth except in Israel. Gratitude leads to faith. Gratitude leads to persistent trust in the goodness of God, even in the midst of life challenges. Faith leads to worship. Worship leads to mission. This is the rhythm of discipleship, dear friends. What about the wound of ingratitude? Why didn't the other 9 return? Perhaps they were eager to return to their families that they forgot. Possibly they believed they were entitled to their healing. Maybe they were just too busy. But isn't that the story of our own lives? We cry out to God in moments of desperation, illness, grief, uncertainty, fear. And when the storm passes, we move on and forget the one who were there in our storms. We forget the giver in our celebration of the gift. Ingratitude is not just forgetfulness, it is a spiritual wound. It blinds us to grace and isolates us from the source of our healing. Gratitude is stewardship. Here in our lives, in our families, in our communities, we often speak of stewardship, of time, talent, and treasure. But the foundation of stewardship is gratitude. Without it, giving becomes an obligation. With it, giving becomes joy. The Samaritan leper didn't just say thank you, he returned. He praised, he worshipped. That's stewardship in action. That is Eucharist, literally. Thanksgiving, we gather around the table by the one who is the priest and the victim, and we give thanks. So that at the end we are fed and led out in mission to live a life of gratitude to the one who has given us everything, even his life. So I ask you, dear friends, what are we grateful for today? And how are we returning to the Lord with that gratitude? The gospel today is not just about lepers, dear friends. It is about us, you and I. We are the ones who cry out, Lord, have mercy. And we are the ones invited to return, not just healed, but made whole. So let us return in prayer, in worship, in service, in stewardship. Let us be the one who comes back. And in so doing, May we hear those beautiful words spoken to us. Your faith has saved you. May your faith never fail you. May your faith save you. Have a beautiful Sunday, dear friends.